Hold on, you guys. Hey, you guys. All right, I'm having some major technical difficulties tonight. I am so sorry. Oh, and I was muted as well. Hey, everybody. This is quite the conundrum tonight. I am so sorry. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm having massive technical difficulties tonight with my computer, and I got my phone here. Welcome to Spaced Out Radio, where whatever can go wrong goes wrong on my show sometimes. I have Brown Dwarf here with me tonight. I hope you guys are ready for a great show. We're going to be talking about UFOs tonight and some of these recent UFO sightings that have happened with aliens, the cryptids, here in the United States, out in Nevada. Okay, you guys, please be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Let me get my list right here because we have plenty of them. Okay. Follow us on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio, on Instagram at Spaced Out Radio, and on TikTok at Spaced Out Radio Show. You guys be sure to follow me at thecryptidhuntress.com. I have all of my shows on that website, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Cryptid Huntress. All right. And follow me on all my social media platforms. You guys can find me there at The Cryptid Huntress. Also, I have a shop. It's called War Woman Goods. You guys, please, if you'd love to support what I'm doing, go buy some jewelry, get a tarot reading, and enjoy my Patreon. Whatever you guys would like to do, it all helps me out tremendously. Okay. Well, I have, like I said, a fantastic guest here tonight. I don't know if y'all heard that. I might have been muted, but I've got Brown Dwarf here in the chat, or in the house tonight, in the chat. Oh my God. All right, y'all. I've got Brown Dwarf here. Don't forget that right after this show, After Hours has an amazing show set up for us. All right, so let's get to our guest. Let me quit fumbling around. All right, so Brown Dwarf was born in Hollywood, California, and resides in Humboldt County, California, as well as Southern Oregon. He's always been fascinated with the mysteries of life. As a youth, he began having UFO sightings, which continue to this day. Living in Bigfoot country has expanded his reality to the phenomenon of the Sasquatch people. Having had several sightings and many experiences with these beings, he began documenting his journey. You guys can find him on TikTok and on Instagram. He's got a fantastic Instagram and TikTok. Please help me welcome to Space Out Radio tonight, my friend, Brown Dwarf.
Salute,
Hey,
Jessica.
Brown.
Good evening, Spaced Out Radio, YouTube world, and beyond. I appreciate you for inviting me once again. Happy to be on.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, and what an entrance we made here. You know, all types
is
of
going on.
That's how we do it.
This has been it was a train wreck. We're going off the rails, train wreck style tonight. We come crashing in, and then we're gonna have smooth sailing the rest of the night.
Hey.
Okay, that's how we're rolling. I'm scared to touch a button right now. Okay, I'm scared. But we have all these amazing people in the chat tonight. We have amazing pictures to show. I didn't upload a lot of videos. First of all, because my computer's all wacky. I have nothing but computer problems. These gremlins, that's right, Necro McKenna. We have gremlins up here with the Cryptid Huntress. But yeah, we have some great videos. Okay. I always tell everybody, look to the skies, okay, like at night. Even when you're doing Bigfooting, when you're doing any kind of cryptid research, always look up, okay? And that's something that you have been doing big time, Brown Dwarf. You have been filming so many UFOs lately. It's almost like you've become a magnet to UFOs.
Yeah, it seems like, but I know for a fact that there's a bunch of other people doing it out there. And yeah, as of late, it just seems like things have ramped up. But like you mentioned in the bio, ever since as a kid, I could remember seeing weird things in the skies and just always being fascinated by the topic. And yeah, now that we have a little bit of tech on us, you know, our cell phones and these cool gadgets these days, you know, we're able to document things and share it, you know, on social media, different platforms and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoy that. I learn a lot of things that way. And I know in these fields that we're into, there's always a lot of BS and just a lot of misinformation and stuff you gotta you know think about it and sort out and that's why I like experiencing things, because then I'm able to make those decisions for myself, and I know you're on your journey too, and
Mhm.
I've been seeing you moving around lately doing the conferences and just shining like the star you are and you should be.
Woo, thank you. Oh my
Really
gosh,
cool.
I'm having the time of my life.
Right
It's
on.
it's it's so fun. So thank you for the shout out. You're doing your thing too. We're just out here having fun
Yeah,
and
as we
documenting
all
our
should.
journeys.
Yeah, why not? Sharing little pieces. Of course, we can't do it all, but yeah, we're able to do some sharing, like I said, through the videos, and then some of us are able to, meet up with each other in real time, in real space, and everything, and 3D, and that's always fun too to share those experiences, and yeah, so I'm all in for this ride of life, and like I said in the bio, the mysteries is what gets me. I love just wondering and experiencing these things, and there's a lot more to this reality, these realms that we're in, than most people think, than most people say. And I'm just like super excited these days to see that there is more happening.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, there's so much happening that I'm a little suspicious. Okay. Like I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of we've all been waiting for disclosure. And
Right.
I don't wait too much because I know that
Nah.
we're the disclosure, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't depend on the government to tell us anything. And I don't quite honestly, I don't trust the government when it comes to this
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
No, and I feel the same, and that's a bummer, because I was thinking about this earlier today. The city recently put out. I'm at our shop, and I got to check your shop out. I might do some shopping there. I'm
Oh
sure you got
yeah.
some cool
Thank you.
things.
Same here.
Yeah, they
Ditto.
recently put. They recently posted some flags, the American flags outside, which is really cool. And yeah, I just want to say I love this country. It's a great country, and I want to keep it going however we can, and give my little bit back, because this country's given so much, but with history and her story and all
Yeah.
this stuff, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, not only here but across the planet as well. But yeah, with America, a lot of history, and I know there's a lot of bad feelings towards certain groups, and certain cultures have but I'm ready to let certain things go, and just live free as possible, and enjoy this beautiful country out here, man.
Oh, heck yeah. Not only are we enjoying the country, now we're enjoying just the view outside up high. And I feel like sometimes I feel like there are visitors from other planets enjoying us too. you know,
Definitely,
they're
yeah.
enjoying the
I
view.
feel. Yeah, and I think it's been going on a very long time, and I'm sure many people agree. And I feel for some. Uh-oh, we got police activity somewhere. We got a citizens app alert there.
Did you
Sorry.
get an alert?
Yeah.
Now do you
Um.
have an ET UFO alert on your phone as well?
I think so, but it's not on my phone. I think it's in the brain.
Yeah.
I get these
It's
calls.
those crystals in your crystalline body,
Is
right?
it when
So
we're decalcifying the old pineal gland here?
yeah.
Um, yeah, where were we? That message threw me off
We
there.
were
I
talking
got
about this
alert.
beautiful country that we
Oh
live in,
yeah, yes, the
and looking
skies, and
and being watched by the others up in the
yes, it's
sky.
been happening a long time, and I feel like yes, for some people it seems like a new phenomenon, and like it's like a new thing, right? But it's not, and you could see it in ancient, history and ancient cultures, and it's just in there, in your face as well. It's out there and in there,
That's
and it's
right.
everywhere. And how could you like deny it? So I'm all in. I'm all for it. I mean, I was just speaking to some people earlier today, and the guy was like, yeah, I was never into or believed in UFOs or whatever. And I showed him a few videos and we talked about the Vegas thing. And he was just like, yeah, I had a full change of mind and was just like, yeah, there's got to be something there now,
Yeah.
and so I wonder how the majority of the people feel these days with a lot more things happening. You've been hearing about the whistleblower that just came out recently. Yeah, talking
Oh
about
yeah.
exotic crafts and alien beings and whatnot. And then we had the congressional hearings, and then it's just a whole lot been going on in this field. And honestly, like I've never really dove into the UFO field um like I have the Bigfoot world. I know a lot of the names and a lot of the incidences
Right.
that have happened, but I just don't go hardcore on it. But yeah, they're definitely here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, see, you and I are both Bigfooters. Okay, like we're Bigfoot field researchers. We go out and do boots on the ground research. I never expected to be into the UFO phenomenon, but it accompanies the Bigfoot
It
phenomenon.
does.
Yeah, has that been your experience?
Yes. And I know for some it's just like, no way, how is that possible?
Yeah.
How they wouldn't even, yeah, consider the two. And but at the same time, I've heard a lot of accounts of the two being either in the same area, or stuff as far out as the Sasquatch is actually being in these craft or coming out of the craft. And then we, of course, the orbs of light, which we talk about a lot. And
Mhm.
I want to continue talking about these orbs of light because I think there's
Yeah.
something definitely to them. And I believe that there's, yeah, different varieties of them. And they seem to be in all of the aspects of the phenomenon, because you could, in the Bigfoot world, the orbs of light have been coming up for several years now, and I do find
Right.
that phenomenon in what I consider my Bigfoot hotspots, and all that stuff's been documented. A lot of it's been documented and shared for anyone interested in checking that stuff out, and also. Yeah, it's too many things that are just tying together, and it's not like I'm trying to put these things together. I just see how these things are coming together, and some things aren't fully there yet, but it's all happening, and I'm starting to see it, and luckily I'm able to document some of this stuff and bring it forth, and I'm really excited about being able to work with some people, and I put my stuff out there for other people to analyze and all that too, if anyone's interested in doing any of that. I'm totally open, but yeah, it's going down.
It's going down. Yeah, it's like a free for all right now, and the cryptid sightings have increased. Cryptid encounters have increased from especially dogman reports, which is
Oh yeah.
wild. A lot of
Oh yeah.
dogman reports, a lot of really strange cryptid reports, a lot of
Oh yeah.
alien stuff going on. Uh, it's like it literally is a free for all right now,
Hmm.
and so I guess it's cool for us because we talk cryptids on air, and this is our
Oh
thing,
yeah. Yeah,
right?
no, and that for me is just an example of how I guess you could say infinite this reality is. I think because yeah, for some people I feel like, yeah, they seem like so limited in their reality. It's just like the
Yeah,
whole 9 to 5 work, and
3D matrix reality.
yeah, the program, right? Their program, and that's it. And some people are living that, and it's just amazing to see that there's so much more. I mean, and not only in this, call it the cryptid, paranormal, Bigfoot, and
Yeah.
and in these worlds, but I mean, there's so much more. I mean, I think if you could think it, I mean, it could be a reality. It's probably a reality, if not here, maybe somewhere else. And we talk about different dimensions and all. I'm totally in on all that. I'm all for it, and I do believe in a lot of this stuff that people are having trouble processing and believing, and it's all right. Everybody, is learning in their time, and little by little. I think, but we'd be overwhelmed if because we'd love to know it all, right? But we'd probably be overwhelmed if we were given that much knowledge, information, and stuff. So we got to
Yeah.
get little bits, and they're the perfect amounts we need, I believe. And so you got to be open and ready to receive that information as well. So.
That's right. And it's getting a lot harder to discern what's real and what's not because of
Mhm.
all this AI generated stuff that we have out there with videos and pictures.
For
And
sure.
I feel like I have a pretty good radar for what's AI generated and what's not.
Mhm.
But then again, I don't know for
E
sure.
e exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm on the same boat with that one too. And yeah, it's amazing some of the AI stuff that's coming out right now, and it's really weird too. I find it very strange. And you know, you heard recently I think it was out here in Silicon Valley. I think it was that they had all the techies kind of like take a break from all the AI, progress that they've been doing or whatever, just because things had been getting out of control. They felt, and that's pretty scary. I think. I mean, man, that's
Well,
something
they're
to worry about for sure.
they're allegedly talking to interdimensional beings and getting
I heard that.
messages and things like that and taking mind altering substances and stuff to communicate with AI gremlins. Let's go back to the word
Yeah,
gremlin. I like
well,
that one.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
doubt it. I've delved in with the mind altering substances to
Mhm.
tap into some other things, but they weren't dark. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. I like this necromechanical. He says in the AJ voice, "It's all happening." I
Oh
love
yeah,
that. Yeah. There's so much going on, but let's kind of get into what happened in Las Vegas on May the 1st of this year.
yeah.
There was a
Well,
phone call that came in to the police department. Tell me
right.
about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not too clear, and from what I understand, I mean, I would imagine the public's not all too clear. But from what I hear and heard is that there was supposedly a crash landing of a UFO, and there was beings that were outside of the vehicle, and it crashed behind this Latino's family property in Las Vegas, and so they supposedly got footage of the beings, and they notified authorities. And according to one of the authorities, they witnessed the object also flying or falling from the sky, and there were several other witnesses and several other videos that came out. One was from like I guess a home surveillance camera, and another one was from a citizen that was recording. And yeah, you
Mhm.
see that there. And you know what, Jessica, I got something pretty personal to share uh myself here, and this reminds me of this object that we're looking at here, which is very, to me, it looked
Okay.
comet like in the video. And I don't know, I heard them
Mhm.
describe it as blue, but I don't know if it's bluish or green. But my grandfather, who was kind of the star in our family, he was a kind of well-known musician. I would say well-known, but some people might not know him. But he was living in Vegas a little before he passed away, and we had gotten notice when he was passing, and so we all went out there, the family, to be with him. And in his last few days, we're at a casino in Henderson, which is right outside of Vegas, and we had gotten word that he had passed. And so it was my grandma, my niece, and I in this casino, kind of just getting food and stuff. Grandma was actually playing slots, and as soon as I got the call that he passed,
Oh.
grandma hits the slots. I forget how many $100 she hit. And so that thing's going off, and then my niece is like, "Whoa, okay, well, we got to get going." She's like, "Hang on, we got to get this." So we got the money, and
Oh.
we step out of the casino, and when we step out, you could see Vegas, and I seen this green comet fly over Vegas,
Wow.
and I was like, "Whoa, what the heck?" And I told my family about it, and yeah, we went, and grandpa was at the
Wow.
house, and yeah, he had passed by the time we got there. They had already taken him, but that definitely stuck with me. I never really shared it with anyone else, but I thought this would be a good time since Vegas and this weird comet. And so
Yeah.
I did look into that, and I did hear about this green comet that comes around every so often. And so I don't know if that was it or what, but just thought I'd share that.
It could be. That video does look like a comet, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of people have commented on that.
Mm-hmm.
Commented that it looked like a comet. Yeah. And I do agree it did, but okay, so there's this eyewitness this fella, this family, they claim to have heard the crash. They said there was
Yes.
actually a crash. This is from the police body cam looking out at the people who are describing it. And there was the guy who claimed, the one who called into 911. I'm going to show a picture of him, and I just want everybody to get it. This was off of Fox News, and just take a look at that symbolism. I'm just saying.
Red
What's that guy
flags
wearing?
right away, Jessica.
Right. Yes. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not. Should I point out the obvious? But there is The Simpsons on there, which is known for predicting the future and having some kind of inside knowledge, right, to a lot of the stuff that's going
on the
on.
old checkerboard floor there. And
Right.
yeah, those who are into this type of stuff, you don't have to say much. You just know, and so I don't know.
That was it stood out,
man. That's a whole other rabbit hole right there, But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more little things like that popping up. I know, is that an Easter egg, And then I was thinking, yeah, and they say, what is it? Life imitates art sometimes, and so sometimes I feel like the Matrix will put things out there, and in its special form and in little clues in the Easter eggs like that, and in movies and in real life, and I like to be aware of those types of things. Symbolism is a big thing, and yeah, we got to be able to read it sometimes, and it'll help guide and bring information to you.
That's right. That's right. Well, it's a cool story. It's a really cool story, and they claim they saw 8 to 10 foot tall aliens. I mean, the guy was talking about how he had seen. Let me see how he described it. A craft crash. This is what he said on the 911 call, that a crash had happened in his backyard. There were 2 8 to 10 foot tall aliens walking around. He said people with big eyes is what he said.
Yes.
People with big eyes, shining eyes, a big mouth, and they were. He could see them breathing. Their bodies were breathing, and they were 100% not human. He said.
Right.
So,
and you know what? I had heard in another clip, and I don't know if it was the police officer or someone mentioning that they were long green beans, not beans.
Okay.
Beans, long green beans, like the vegetable.
Long green beans?
Yeah, like the legume. That's what I got from it. So I was like, hold on, like, and I know Glenn Dennison out there, he had brought that up too. And I remember hearing that, and I was like, wait. And not to say, that it's fake or this. I'm just being very aware of, wording and things like the sweater and stuff like that. But I did also see a clip of a video, and obviously, TikTok's on fire with this right now. And I know, once again, most people feel about TikTok, but let me tell you, you get a lot of good information out there, as well as a lot of the crap, for sure. But TikTok is right now is on fire with this stuff. And so one guy did a breakdown of the video where the beings are supposedly seen. And he noticed, because the family was at the doorway, at the bottom of the door there where the family's at, and they're looking off to a distance where they think the being is. This guy spotted what could be another possible being lurking right there at the door at the bottom. You could see like what looks like possible hands and some movement, and how as Bigfooters we look into stuff, videos, and we try to look deep into things, because we know that these things could I believe could camouflage, and especially like the UFOs as well. A lot of times they could, I believe, and I have learned and heard that they could guise themselves as balloons, as normal aircraft, as pretty much anything they'd like, so they have that ability too. And we hear that also with these cryptids sometimes, like the Sasquatch, and I'm hearing as of late that the Sasquatch is not a cryptid, or whatever, but that they have these abilities to be able to do these things, and these other cryptids as well, or these entities and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's just pretty far out stuff for sure, man. I'm yeah, this is a fun one.
It's a cool one, and you have been on it, dog on it, like you on your TikToks. And so I have a couple of pictures to show. I didn't pull up the videos of this stuff, but I do have some still shots. Now, should we do the Ring doorbell picture first, or should we do the other one? Now, I don't know what the other picture, where the other picture's from. But
It's up to you. It doesn't matter, but
I'll show this one
obviously,
first, and
yeah.
let's talk. Tell me about this is.
So someone had outlined what looks like your typical gray or mantis or insectoid looking ET. You know, the big almond eyes, the big domed head, and yeah, you know, it's not the greatest picture. Of course, it's blurry like all the other pictures of cryptids and UFOs and stuff and ghosts. But yeah, you know, I think it's pretty decent because some of the other footage, this was obviously enhanced by someone. Some of the other footage that I had been seeing was pretty dark and hard to tell. So this seems like a pretty good effort at enhancing it if it's the
Yeah.
actual video, which I do believe it is. And then there's a second pic that I guess you're going to show here, and that's of
Yes.
a Ring doorbell from someone else, a gentleman named Pedro, and this was caught in his Ring doorbell. Now, people are questioning the size because you had reported them being tall, 8 to 10 foot. And in this video here of this being, it doesn't seem to be that big, but I don't know. Most people in the comments have been saying that, oh, they don't seem to be all that tall or all that big. But you know, I don't know. I have no idea. So it's definitely something to consider. And some other information that I've come across was that supposedly, because everyone was asking, well, what happened to the beings? What happened to the craft? And the craft, I heard that supposedly it was busted up, but it left this perfect circle impression that they had taken a picture of. So I thought that was kind of weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes. And then
Interesting, and we
also,
see that sometimes. I have had guests on my shows that have encountered crafts in their backyard, and there were
mhm,
circles in the backyard. Like
right.
My friend Rodrigo was
Right.
on the show, and Rodrigo Laredo, and he
Oh,
actually
I
had a
like
picture
him. Yeah,
of
he's a
something
cool
that was
guy.
it was round on his back fence where
Hmm.
something potentially could have come through, almost like a portal, which
Yeah,
is kind of strange.
is that the handsome guy from Puerto Rico? I think.
He's a handsome fella. Yes, that's
Yeah,
him.
he's a cool guy, and he gets
He
good
is.
stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that they would be able to do that. You know, we've always heard about them leaving, you know, impressions, and then of course the crop circles and stuff come up to mind, right? Um, but if the craft was busted up as they say, why would it have left you know, it's just a question. Why would it have left the perfect impression like they showed? I don't know. Also, another bit of information that I had come across was that supposedly there was a sighting. I don't know if it was before. I heard about a sighting of these same like type beings in that area. I think maybe several weeks or so, sometime prior to this incident, by some lady. So a lady had witnessed some beings also, and I don't know if it was before or after. And like I said, I have
Oh,
just so much information right now. It's been kind of crazy, and then trying to just, you know, absorb it, take it in, and filter out, you know, what I'm not feeling. And so yeah, I don't know, just a lot to go on there.
well, Hadley is in the chat, and she said 3 days later, someone had it in video or on video while walking their dog. They were more underneath it. It was to her west. So it could have been after. I'm not sure. I'm kind of behind on the comments as usual, everybody. Okay, so
Okay.
but it could have been something like that because there were
Hmm.
more people that apparently encountered something similar.
Yeah, and I just questioned the whole crashing thing too. You know, we've heard that in the UFO arena of vehicles crashing before and
Mhm.
retrieving either the parts or actual beings and stuff like that. Right? Of course, famous Roswell and cases like that. And I don't know, it's just something I question that also because I would think if these beings, and I do believe there's many types, many different types, so they
The types of
maybe
beans or beings? I'm just kidding.
beings
Beans.
and
We got
beans.
pinto, green,
Yes, black
lima,
beans, my
butter,
favorite.
black beans,
I'm a big
frijoles.
bean
I mean,
fan.
right.
I'm half Mexican,
It's
man. So,
it's too funny. It's too funny. We're having a good time with this
um,
one.
and so yeah, so I wonder, do all of them travel in craft? You know, because most of us have programmed that these beings travel in these like metallic looking craft with lights, and you know, I don't know.
Oh,
You know, I'm
I've got
just
something
not
for
with that.
you. I've got a picture for us today. I think I may have
All
shown this
right.
before. Somebody sent me this, and I this was allegedly from a hangar at Boeing somewhere,
Wow.
and it looks interesting, right? Um,
Wow. Uh
somebody
huh.
sent me these. Now I'm not saying they're any. I'm not saying they're anything. I'm just putting them out there.
Yeah. Well, they look
So
weird
I
though.
don't know. I don't. I gotta say, I don't think that these. I mean, they're just out in the open underneath cars. I mean, on top of cars and stuff at a garage. So
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it's super top secret by any means. But it is. It makes you wonder though, because this is the typical craft that we think of seeing aliens out of. I mean, is this a staging area or something for
Hmm.
some
Well,
sort
and
of
then
production?
what?
I'm just
Yeah, and then
curious.
but they look weird for sure. But what do they say?
Mhm.
Also, the best way to hide something is to put it in
Plain
some.
sight.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So
I
who
just put
knows?
it
But
out
yeah,
there,
that's
y'all.
pretty
I don't
interesting.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what?
I,
A buddy of mine actually sent me a picture, and I'm not sure if I'm able to share it or what the deal. He showed me a picture and shared it with me. And it's of this exotic looking craft, and it looks very similar to that, but it had a little more like
okay.
I would say maybe some weird looking grooves into it, but it had this like smooth looking uh uh texture to it, and just very just exotic comes to mind for sure. I like my aliens exotic too.
You like them exotic. Your beans? I'm just kidding. Your beans.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I well exotic beans. I will forever be calling aliens beans now. Okay, green beans.
Hey,
That is so funny.
well, there it is.
Um, I don't know. There it
Well,
is.
we have
Yeah, well,
the
I've
Jolly
actually
Green
seen
Giant.
aliens. That was in my remote viewing data for the last target I did, which is weird that we're even discussing this. How does that ever come up? I can't. Oh my target was something to do with the Hat Man. So I don't know why. I don't know where this came from. It just came out of left field. But okay, so I have actually seen aliens, or what I consider to be aliens, with my own eyes, face to face. A lot of people, probably in the chat tonight and that are watching this show have had experiences with ETs, or what we have, what is being portrayed to us in our minds as being ETs. At this point, it's so weird. I don't know, for sure what I saw, but they look like gray aliens, and one being looked like sort of like a praying mantis, kind of similar
Wow.
to what that one that was in your video could have looked like, but I didn't see his face. It had on a hooded cloak. Okay, so I
Mhm.
couldn't see his face. But yeah, I can say personally, I have seen aliens in real life, up close. And I think it
And
did
that's
stem from doing the Bigfoot field research that I do, and I do think that it opened me up to a frequency of some sort, to where I have experiences with all sorts of different cryptids, including aliens now.
yeah, no, I believe it.
I don't know. How about
And
you,
you know, I
Brown? Have you seen them?
well, I claim to have seen Sasquatches before, right? And so, and we don't know if they're
Hmm.
alien, you know, and I consider that, you know. And as far as like beings, I feel, I mean, growing up in Hollywood, there's Hollywood Boulevard, there's a lot of weird people, and I've said it before that I felt like if anything, there's probably ETs on Hollywood Boulevard, Times Square, Vegas Strip, you know, places like that where you'd see a lot of people, and I just feel like I met some weird people where I question, and I know people that have too, that have met some people like just some weird, strange people that you question, and like that could have been
Yeah,
an extraterrestrial or something, you know?
yeah. Yeah, Barry, our friend Barry Littleton, he and I had a conversation on air one day about how, and we love Barry, shout out to Barry. We were having a conversation about people that come into our lives and say something completely profound that changes the trajectory of where we're going in our lives.
Hmm.
And we were discussing how that could be something, some sort of an alien ET type being that comes and does
Yeah.
that to course correct, I guess you can call it, to send us on
Yes.
our merry way in the direction we're supposed to be
Yeah.
going in.
And I think some people might consider that to be angels as well.
Yes.
And I'm in on that too as of late. Because you always hear people talk about angels, but I've never really like uh gave it that much attention. But nowadays, yeah, I there's some incidents that I've gone through and where some people showed up at a strange time or did something strange in a good, very good way, and it was just like, whoa, who was that, and how did they do that, and it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, you wonder, was that an angel, or it's just like amazing. But yeah, I definitely keep an eye
Yeah.
out for situations like that, and I believe they are out there.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Now, I just saw a comment. It says, "Holly weird." Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
I mean, I have encountered people who I know there's something different about them, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. Growing up, even meeting people and just knowing there was something different about these people,
Hmm.
uh, and so I don't know. I think they're among us. I think there's a book called that, right? Among Us.
Yeah.
So
And also, yeah, I believe the entities are out there for sure as well, and they are possessing people. I do run into a lot of people that I feel like, are possessed by things, and even it happens to us. I think you guys were mentioning about having to do the clearing and the cleansing and the stuff like that. I believe most people
mhm,
have to. We do all have some sort of attachments. You guys were calling them, I think. um
yes.
and yeah, I think part of this process of living out here is to detox yourself from those things, and there's so many ways, so many things, substances, uh just different addictions and stuff like that, that I believe those things could be entities as well, spirits. And I've even heard and believe in ETs, extraterrestrials, or possibly entities that come in parasite form, like real parasites in our bodies. That these
Wow.
things are hosts, are are we're the host of these things, and they're inside of us, and they possess us, and they have us do things and think things that are low
Ooh.
vibe, and that we shouldn't be doing. So I believe even on that level, we're being attacked, and that we have to be careful on those levels as well.
Okay, so now it makes sense why I used to see commercials for parasite cleanses all the time from certain shows that I was watching. They fund
Hmm.
themselves by like vitamins and stuff that they sell, and there's always this it's like tapeworm. I never thought of a tapeworm being an alien, but think about the movie Alien. Doesn't like something come out of the guy's chest, and there's all sorts of weird internal aliens inside people that are using them as a host body. Ooh,
Hmm.
it makes you wonder, right? I
Oh
never
yeah,
I never
no, no,
thought of
I
that.
believe, it's happening for sure, and so that's why, yeah, it's important to do these cleanses, and it's in the Bible, yeah, for the Christians,
Yes.
Jesus talked about it, and I'm sure in different religious scriptures you'll find stuff like that, for sure, and yeah, so it's definitely important, something to keep in mind, and I think those cleanses also help to. Be in touch with certain frequencies and vibes too, that'll help you know guide and even protect, and also to be able to tap into these beings and these craft and this phenomenon that's happening, and it could go either way. So you're on the low vibe, you're going to get some of the darker stuff, and if you're on
Yeah.
the opposite end, there's going to be the duality of that. So
That's right. I try to tap into the highest vibrational frequencies
yes,
personally,
now that.
and talking about our guts and our insides and getting tapeworms and things like that. it's so important to have a healthy gut, literally. It really is, because what is connected to our gut is our intuition.
Hmm.
And we have to be able to discern what is real and what's not. And it's not looking to outside sources like the news. Okay. And when you look up this alien crash, this UFO crash, it's all the top. Okay, that's why I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That's why my computer crashed. Okay, because I was looking at like the top name, like the top, not the ones that I read, but like the mass media stuff. That's like Washington Post, CNN, all that kind of stuff. Those are the top articles that online that are talking about this right now. So first of all, that's a red flag. Okay, in my book, because it seems like it's kind of the same narrative over and over again. It's almost like they're pushing it on us. But it's having a healthy gut so that we can discern what we feel is right and what's true, and what we're being lied to about. Okay, I know that
Hmm.
sounds. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, y'all, because I know we're excited about having UFOs and aliens and possible disclosure right now, but we do also have to be a little skeptical as well and go with our guts.
Oh yeah. And so yeah, it's just all once again how things are connected. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like getting back into like a healthier way of living and thinking and stuff, and has just really helped me do things a lot better, whatever it is I'm doing. And so yeah, but we go out and we look for Bigfoot evidence, or we go skywatching. So I've been in the city lately and have been invited to a couple skywatching groups out here in Los Angeles and in Orange County. And man, they're cool group of people, good vibes. And we hang out and enjoy each other's company and skywatch together. And what do you know, we have activity going on, and so yeah. But then speaking of like tapping into the high vibes, I've also done some paranormal investigating lately. I did go to this haunted hospital recently and had some weird activity there. And I know that's pretty low vibe, but at the same time,
It's okay.
I'm curious about these things. So, and at the same time, this actual location was, I believe, is an old world structure. So, and we've talked
Oh,
about the,
you're doing your,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
your research.
so
Of
it's just, it
course.
comes, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it comes hand in hand. It's an old world structure, so I'm going to look at it's a structure, but it's a little late. It's at night, and so it's a paranormal. So let's just do it all,
It's okay.
like an
You're
all
doing
of,
a combo. You're
there
totally
you
combining it
go.
all, and you're getting a little bit of ghost action, a little bit of architecture, and a little bit of history. Looking for that mud, some evidence of mud floods and insane asylum stuff, and um,
Exactly.
old world castles and all that kind of cool stuff. I
Yes.
love it. I mean, I'm following you on your TikTok. I'm following you on your Instagram. I'm more on Instagram than anything. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm
um,
I'm
I'm
I'm gonna be on there a
I'm
little
there.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so that's how that came about, and that's how everything's kind of coming about. So just hanging here at the shop, taking care of business here, and thank God business has been booming and everything's good. I take my breaks, I go outside and I just look up, and man, things have been popping up, and so you could check that out in the latest posts, and a lot of questionable things, but I think a lot of it is happening, and we're getting different types of objects. Some are
Mhm.
small little boxy tic tacky looking things. Some are white ones. Some are round, metallic looking. I mean, you name it. Some are like see through organism looking things with like a plasma around it. And they're just very bizarre, different objects, and so yeah, it's just once again, there's just so much out there, and that we don't know, and it's just an interesting time and fun to be able to figure some of these things out, and we could all, I believe we could all do it in a good and happy way, respectful, and because in this field, man, it gets crazy, the egos and the
Oh my
I don't
god.
know, it's just,
Yes.
yeah, it gets gnarly, right? And yeah, who
It
wants
can.
that in their life? We have enough going on, why do we need to add more to that? We don't need that. So, just
I
trying to
feel that.
keep it as cool as possible. But I do see some people doing some interesting work as far as like just vetting out certain people and certain evidences and stuff like that, which I think is cool. Whatever, everyone do their thing. Because in this there's a lot of hoaxing and lying, and
Mhm.
just a lot of information out there that is not true, and it's good to know those things too.
That's right. Yeah. CS, thank you so much for that super chat. That is very sweet of you. We appreciate that. Yeah, I love how I've watched you kind of more from like going from the Bigfoot research when you were up in, I guess it's Oregon and that area or Northern California,
Hmm.
and now you're down in LA, and now it's like you're doing a whole lot of UFO sightings. And the last time you and I did a show together, we were talking about the UFOs that you saw at the air show. And we were
Yeah.
talking also about the Texas cattle mutilations as well.
Right.
That was around that same time, but it just seems like you've been opened up to it. Like you have completely opened up to that frequency of these UFO sightings.
Yeah, I guess it seems like that's happening, right? And anyone out there want to, like, once again, check any of these videos, you want to confirm if it's real or not, I'm totally open. um but yeah, it's just ramping up, and so I recommend anyone interested in it, just to go out there and give it a shot, and a lot of people have been doing what they call, I guess, the C5 technique, and they're giving Dr. Greer a lot of credit for it, which, whatever. I just feel like that technique has probably been around so long,
Yeah.
um, way before Greer, and
Yeah,
so
we've used
whatever.
it.
I have
We've
not.
used it. I can't say I don't think it's really gotten a whole lot of results for us. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
But
well,
not to say it
and
doesn't. I mean, because we really don't know, to be
yeah,
honest.
and I
We
don't
might have
know
all
if
been
it's
abducted every time. I don't know.
and I don't know his exact technique. I just know that with these groups I've gone, they use his whatever his technique, and we've gotten results. But I do my own little thing, which is, I don't know if it's the same as their protocol, but I got my own little CE5 420 mix that I do, and I tend to get results. And like even today before the show, I was taking my little break outside, and I was just kind of looking up in the sky and doing my thinking, and talking with source and everything else, and sure enough, this object popped up, and boom, I got the camera and got it going, and I was able to cue it up, and so I was recording, and then the street sign got in the way, and as soon as I went under the street sign to finish recording this object, it was gone. And gave you a little shout out there, Jessica. And I just thought it was really cool right before the
Thank
show,
you.
and I was just like, wow, I'm thinking about the show and this and all this stuff going on. And boom, they present themselves right quick. And I just feel like, that's how it works.
Do you
It's
think you
just,
manifest these things? Do you manifest?
I've questioned that. And
Mhm.
I believe we're able to manifest basic, pretty much almost anything. Anything is possible, I do believe. And, I believe it's maybe more of a symbiotic thing. So you got to work together with it. So it's not all me, but you need the observer. So you have to be part of the equation, I do
Yeah.
believe, and so yeah, there's you do have something to do with it. I do think that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and not
I
only
think
with
so
the
too. And
UFOs, not
yeah.
only with
Go.
Bigfoot. So the same techniques, the same stuff going on with the UFO stuff is applied with the Bigfoot, and the same stuff, same phenomenon is happening, I feel. And yeah, sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to. Excuse me.
No, it's okay. My computer is so messed up. I've got lags and all that stuff. So if it sounds like I'm interrupting you, I'm so sorry. It's because my
No,
computer is just all over the
you
daggum
sound
place
great.
tonight. So I apologize. Thank you, loud and clear. After that train wreck of an intro I had there tonight, that was one
Mhm.
for the books. So yeah. Yeah. So, well, what do you have planned for the future? I mean, you're getting really good at pulling your phone out and
Ooh.
catching those videos. Like
Yes.
it's amazing. What do you have going on? Do you have any trips planned to go Bigfooting and
Yeah.
conferences? What do you
So
ever do conferences? What's in your
no,
plans?
I've only gone to conferences up in Humboldt, because they had the Patterson Giblin 50th anniversary conference up there, and then Finding Bigfoot had a conference that I attended up there. So I've gone to a couple of them, and I went because I was there. It was local. It was like right in town, and it was free. So it worked out. So I get it. If I get invited to something like that, I'm all in.
Yeah.
But you know how money's been tight, gas and all that. But I'm trying to get out as much as possible, get out into the woods as well, and yeah, just upgrading all my equipment and stuff. And I do mention that the body, once again, you are the best equipment. But yeah, it's always fun to have the gadgets and just upgrading with the
Yeah.
gadgets, the quality of everything that we're doing. And yeah, there's a big Bluff Creek expedition planned for this July. It sounds like Tate Hieronymus on YouTube. He does documentaries and yeah, he's putting together a crew, and I think Gonzo's coming. Sounds like Gonzo's coming with us, and so it's a
No
group of us,
way.
and yeah, so these guys are planning to do like a hike, which hasn't been done in through some of the areas there into the Bluff Creek area, and so that sounds like it's a go this July. The only weird thing is that I'm not going to be usually when the Bluff Creek trips happen. I'm there in town, you know, because it's right there and but this time I'm down here, so I'm gonna have to drive from down here, and that'll be a little weird. But I should be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Gonzo, Jesus Payan Jr., he's going to be speaking at a Bigfoot conference, I believe, up in Washington State this weekend. So
Yep.
I don't remember the name of that conference, but you guys, y'all go there if you're going to be in Washington because he's awesome. That's our
And
buddy.
yes, prayer to Dave's family and
Yes.
brother Sean G as well. Prayers to you, brother. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, everyone out there. I don't know if we're past our time here,
Yeah.
but
Oh no, we still got a few minutes. Actually, we
all
still have
right,
about
let's
four. We have
rock.
about 4 or 5 minutes. Absolutely,
Cool.
we still got more stuff to talk about. And yes, and I want to give my heartfelt condolences to Dave Scott. I've messaged with him personally. His mother did pass away this past week,
Wow.
and so we
Wow.
are sending all of our thoughts and prayers to Dave
Love
and
and
his
light.
family. Yes,
Love
all the
and
love
light.
and light in the entire world. So, and I see a lot of people in the chat are sending their love to Dave tonight. So, thank you guys. We appreciate that. I know Dave appreciates it.
Yeah, no,
And
and what wow, man, you know, it's a transition. I know for a lot of us it's a sad and emotional thing, but it's a wow, what a run, you know, and we're all gonna go through it and yeah, we'll be all right.
yeah, yes, yes. Um, yes. Well, we get through these things together, right? We get through everything together. And Dave's got a huge family here at Space Out Radio. And all the audience. Speaking of which, I was just in Las Vegas where all these alien, UFO crashes are happening. I was just there, and Tim Mothman was there, and Susie B. I don't know. There's several people in the
You
chat that I
got
was getting to hang out with. We missed you,
yep.
Brown. I wish you could have joined
You,
us
oh
in
man, I wanted
Vegas.
to be. I was there in spirit. And so yeah, you guys are probably you're probably running around. Those aliens are probably running around you guys, and you didn't know it.
We wanted to see them aliens. We did. We I think I was kind of busy. We were busy most of the time, and then I had to leave because I had another conference to go present out in
Ooh.
Illinois. And Dave and them stayed another day or two, and they actually did go out to see them aliens. Okay, and did some
Wow,
sky
nice.
watches. So I missed that,
Yeah,
but the
it's
rest
all
of the crew
right.
got to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's always the next. I got to be there next time. And but no, hey, you're doing it, Jesse. See, that's what I love. You're like, oh, Vegas, boom. Next trip over here, boom,
Yeah.
over there.
Right. Absolutely. And now, and actually in September, I'm going to be presenting at the Dogman Conference. I
Ooh.
wish you could go to that. You would love that, Brown. The Dogman Conference is the Paranormal Roundtable Dogman Conference out in Fort Worth, Texas, Labor Day weekend.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
that's going to be another really good one. I'm sure we'll be talking about UFOs too, and
I
Dogman and
bet.
Sasquatch, and all
I
these
bet.
other crazy, weird cryptids that are showing up. I mean, I don't know, all these
Mhm.
local legends and lore. It's like I said, it's out of control right now. But
Oh yeah.
but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I forgot.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say, do you have any final words? We've got about 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute. Where can people find you? How about that?
Well, yeah, over on YouTube is Brown_Dwarf, and your support is much appreciated. Over on TikTok, it's Brown_420, and I believe that through there you should have links to the the Insta. And actually, I don't post much on Instagram. I have a few random things there. It's mostly
Okay.
on the YouTube and TikTok, but I do have some, I do have more like
TikTok.
the personal photos and stuff like that on the Insta. And because of
Okay.
on TikTok, when you upload, it gives you the option to upload to Insta. So that's why, as of late, I just been kind of just posting the videos onto the Instagram there. But yeah,
It
that's
is
where you can find me.
amazing.
And feel free to
Okay.
send in any footage or encounters or videos, pictures, or just any, if you want to reach me, it's NorCalBigfootProject@gmail.com.
Okay. Everybody, please contact Brown Dwarf if you have an encounter, if you have something you would like for him to highlight or look into, and go follow Brown on all of his social media. His YouTube channel is amazing. Y'all go do that. His TikTok is just awesome. I'm so proud. I need to do my TikTok just like you do. I don't do TikTok at all. So
Well, jump
more
on
power to
there.
you.
Jump
I
on.
might be calling you. I always say
I'll give
that
you
to
a
you.
hand.
I need to get some advice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, and people can also find you at your skate shop, your brother's skate shop, right? Out in LA.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Give it a
sky's the
plug real
limit.
quick.
Yeah. Thank you. It's Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop.
Smoke shop. I said
3925.
skate shop.
Yeah, well, it's
Okay.
if you're looking it up, it's gonna be under Smoke Shop, but it's smoke and skate shop. We have clothing, we
Okay.
have a spiritual section and everything. 3925 East Olympic Boulevard,
Okay.
Los Angeles, California 90023. Thank you.
Y'all go see Brown Dwarf at the Sky's the Limit skate shop. All right, Brown. I love you, dude. Thank you so much for being here.
Much
I'll see
love,
you next
everyone. Love
time.
you all. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good night. Thanks, Brown. All right, y'all. Don't forget that right after this show, Marquise is doing a fantastic show on After Hours. I will see you guys next weekend on Off the Trails here. Hopefully, I will have a smoother intro next week. You guys have a wonderful week. Come see me on my channel, The Cryptid Huntress, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and live, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern live. And I will see y'all later. Y'all have a fantastic week. Go lock your doors tonight and sleep tight. Bye, y'all.